If you're tempted to buy a Hello Kitty set for a little girl or a Transformer for a young boy, the White House wants you to reconsider. The administration recently hosted a day-long summit on the hazards of gender-specific toys, which apparently limit a child's life prospects and may even endanger our economy. Well, could they be right? That's coming up next on The Factual Feminist. Though it began as a kind of fringe internet movement, the crusade to abolish the pink-blue divide in children's toys is gaining power. Last year, Target announced that it would remove gender labeling in toy aisles. And now the Obama administration has joined the bandwagon. Valerie Jarrett, senior advisor to President Obama, opened the White House gathering by saying, "Changing culture is not necessarily easy, it doesn't happen overnight, but we can do it if we work together." Well, gender scholars and activists discussed the need to redefine boyhood and weaken gender norms. Representatives from companies like Mattel, Disney, and Lego were there. Their job was to absorb the lessons on gender neutrality and explain how their companies plan to meet the new demands. Now, this summit was not a response to widespread public outcry. A 2015 market research survey found that about 28% of Americans agree that, quote, "the toy industry perpetuates gender stereotypes and should be marketing every toy to both boys and girls." Well, public opinion may be changing. Among millennials, 40% agreed with the proposition. Many in the media are excited by the gender revolution they believe is afoot, and a recent article in Time declared that the next generation of kids will play with gender-neutral toys. Well, the Factual Feminist is skeptical. Now, I agree that parents should expose their kids to a wide range of toys and play activities. And of course, they should teach them to be accepting of kids who enjoy gender nonconforming toys. But the activists are less interested in tolerance than they are in changing boys' and girls' elemental preferences. Not many boys want dollhouses and not many girls want dump trucks. When my granddaughter Eliza was given a toy train, she placed it in a baby carriage and tucked it in with a blanket so it could get some sleep. Children are not gender neutral. And if 40% of millennials believe otherwise, that's probably because most of them have not yet had kids. The White House summit was heavy on activists and motivational speakers and thought leaders, but light on evidence. Thanks to toy manufacturers themselves, whose survival depends on understanding their customers, solid research exists, but its conclusions don't fit the movement's narrative. Consider what Lego discovered after 4 years of investigating and interviewing thousands of children to figure out what it would take to get girls to buy construction blocks. In one experiment, boys and girls were asked to build a castle. Now for the boys, the castle was just the hastily constructed scene in which the main event, the battle between the Lego figures, took place. For girls, the castle was central, and they wanted to know what was going on inside. Unlike the boys, the girls wanted detailed and personalized characters so that they could imagine them as friends. Trigger warning, here is a toy that captures the imagination of vast numbers of little boys. And here is what works for little girls. And girls and their parents, they rewarded Lego for figuring out what they wanted. They purchased millions of sets. But the gender neutralists were very unhappy. Elizabeth Sweet, a feminist sociologist and presenter at the White House summit, told the Wall Street Journal that, quote, "pinkified building sets send a clear message that girls are fundamentally less capable than boys when it comes to building." Major protests ensued, including an online petition with nearly 70,000 signatures, accusing Lego of selling out girls. In my view, Lego isn't selling out girls, but the advocates and petitioners and the White House are underestimating them. More than 30 years ago, Vivian Gusson-Paley, a beloved kindergarten teacher at the Chicago Lab School, worried that girls might be missing out on the benefits of the boys' superhero play. But her observations of the doll corner assuaged her fears. Though on the surface, typical girl play seemed relatively calm and passive, Paley learned that girls are as interested in domination as boys. Their play is full of conflict and imaginary power struggles. Their fantasies are just as complex and inventive as the boys, though manifestly different. As Paley explained, mothers and princesses are as powerful as any superheroes the boys devise. Now, these choices weren't foisted on the girls, they were self-imposed. And as Paley said, no amount of adult subterfuge or propaganda deflects the 5-year-old's passion for segregation by sex. Paley grasped a simple truth that many today are forgetting. Ignoring genuine differences between boys and girls is just as misguided as creating them where none exist. And a final point. Lego did test market a set featuring female scientists, and I have to say I found it quite affirming to see middle-aged, responsibly proportioned professional women finally given their due, but it remains to be seen if this will capture the imagination of little girls. Of course, the activists were still not satisfied. "Why are they wearing lipstick?" they asked. Do you think the White House should be promoting toy neutrality? Let me know in the comment section. And if you found this video valuable, please subscribe to the series, follow me on Twitter and Facebook. And one more thing, this is the last time we will be filming in this set. We're moving to a state-of-the-art facility. Stay tuned, and thank you for watching The Factual Feminist.